SiriusXM, what's up? Good morning. Swaggy Sie is here on The Heat. Yo, man, I've been excited because I've had some pretty good guests back to back to back, and we're going to keep the momentum going, you know? This is nothing but good vibes. This is a guy who is no stranger to The Heat. You are family. You're like certified family. Oh, my gosh.
I
Khalid
love the
is
Heat.
here. What up,
What's
bro?
up, y'all? What's up, Khalid here? I love the Heat. Gotta give my love to the Heat always.
Oh,
And
man,
thanks
we
for
are
having
running
me.
it up. This is like Khalid radio, yo. And
I
everybody
love
loves it,
that.
man. But how you been feeling?
I've been feeling good. Feeling good, feeling healthy, which is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Going through this pandemic has just been such a surreal experience. Coming to terms with it has been odd, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to a point where I've gained so much comfortability with being by myself, being with myself, that I'm having a good time. My energy is in a good place.
Mm.
I see your energy is in a good
Come
place.
on, I'm good. We good. It's the
And we
vibes.
rocking, we vibing.
You know, I was kind of reminiscing and looking back at your career, and obviously, you know, we have like I said before, we've been on Khalid from very early on for those who don't know. And I just wanted to take a moment and congratulate you on all your success that you've had over, you know, the last few years, man, because things took off so quickly for you. And I wanted to ask you this because we're obviously celebrating new music right now and things that you have going on. But what has it been like, you know, adapting in such a short amount of time to all this, in a sense, new success? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, from from the jump, I came into this industry. I'm talking about I was in high school when I wrote Location. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in high school when I'm writing these songs that changed my life, like Say It.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, I didn't know anything else at that time other than the hustle of making music, of going from point A to point B, where it became to a point where, especially for me around that time, it was so overwhelming, uh, dealing with just the madness and the chaos. And
Yeah.
although there was love, there was light, although there was all of that, for me, it was hard. It was hard because, like I said, I came from one day I'm in a sociology class, the next day I'm in LA at the Grammys
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
wherever, crazy. But now I feel like I've gained a level of maturity and confidence that I
Mm.
didn't have back then. I was super timid, super shy. But now when I look at the music that I'm making right now, I'm like, wow, this is coming from just such a special place. And I can feel so comfortable being able to just give people a side of myself that they may not have experienced yet. And
Right.
so it's been a process. It's been a learning experience, learning process, uh, going through this journey throughout my career. But I'm so
Mm.
appreciative for every moment that I've had because it led me to this point, and it's a
Yeah.
blessing. It's a blessing to
Yeah.
be able to do what I do.
You know, I was listening to what you're saying and I latched onto this word maturity, right? Because at such a very young age, you're forced to be mature to a degree. But I had to ask you this because you're young and you're a superstar, man. There has to be things that you indulge in. You know, I feel like R&B and pop people and you know, soul people who are in soul, they're a little bit more mature than the rappers. You know, I hang out with rappers a lot and they indulge in like jewelry, the cars, the clothes. What are things that you indulge in? Because there's something that we don't know. It's like for me, it would probably be like food. You feel me? Like I love cooking, so
Oh my! I am such a foodie. Okay, so that was the thing that when I had first came into this industry, I feel like I ate too much food. I feel like I ate too much. That it got to the point where at the beginning of the pandemic, I went plant based, and
Wow. Okay.
I went plant based for 9 months, and that was a journey in itself. And I feel like that brought the maturity because for the first time in my life, I was consistent to this diet. I had
Mm.
never done anything like that, and it was so amazing for me. Now, to be honest, I feel like I indulge in the company of my friends and my family.
Okay.
Uh, Being around my friends, like recently, I've been hanging out with a group of my friends, all vaccinated. Let's be real, all vaccinated, y'all.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been enjoying each other's company. We've been doing things like yoga. Like I do yoga. Never done that before. Never thought I would be into it. Now I'll be sitting on that mat like I'm in it. I'm in it. And I mean, look, like to be real, like of course, like I love clothes. Like I love like cars. Like I gotta be real. I definitely indulge in whips and cars and
There we
all of
go.
that.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay. It's
It's okay,
okay.
but I work for it, yo. I
Exactly.
work
That's
for it.
why it's okay because you work
Gotta
for it,
treat
man.
myself.
And we have records like this that I'm getting ready to get into that people understand why you can do what you do, man. So let's hop into this joint talk real quick because this is my favorite. We're here on the Heat. Khalid is here. He's holding down with us all morning long. We'll be right back. Swaggy Sie is holding it down on the Heat with my partner in crime. I got Khalid in the building. It is
What's
early. It's
up?
such a treat. So I hope you wipe that crust out your eye, man, because we are holding it down right now. Okay. You know, we got to talk about the new music that is out as well as the new music that is coming soon. You know,
Yes.
we're anticipating this album in the fall, and I'll get more into that soon. But new normal, we got that right now. And a lot of people, you know, we running it up here on the Heat, and people are hitting me up telling me that they love it.
Thank you.
But I want to talk to you about this record because you mentioned previously, you know, things changed for you a little bit during the pandemic, and things kind of, you know, kind of were recentered for you. And some artists that I spoke to enjoyed this time. They felt like this was time for them to catch up, to rest, to
Yeah.
reset,
Mm-hmm.
you know, reconnect with family and friends. Cause, you know, you artists like you spend a lot of time on the road. So do you feel differently about the pandemic? Was this hard for you to deal with? For me, it was a little bit challenging.
Yeah, okay. In the beginning, it was definitely challenging because I did not know how to take a break. I did not know how to take a break. I had never been in this point where I was like, wait, I'm doing absolutely nothing. I don't got to go to this place. I don't got to go to that place. It was hard adjusting because I had to be alone and I wasn't used to being alone at that point. But I gained that love and that appreciation for myself, being able to live with myself and my roommates, seeing my best friends from grade school every day, and just thinking about the fact that they've rocked with me since the beginning to now. You start to value your friendships more. You start to appreciate your conversations that you have, and your moments of solitude. When it comes down to being creative, I honestly feel like I took things back to basics, and that's what I needed to do. I found that love again. I found that spark again, that joy. Where I'm making this music, and I'm like, wow, I'm really pushing myself. Because before, although I love everything I've done, of course, I look back and I appreciate it. There was a point in my life where it felt a little bit like a conveyor belt. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
putting
going through the
music out, I'm
motions. Yeah.
releasing it. But now it really just feels like a treat to me, like a gift, where I'm making this music and I'm like, wow, this is what keeps me sane through anything going on in the world, is just my passion and my appreciation for music.
Yeah. And in this record, you mention this often, is just a season. You know, what does that kind of mean to you saying like it's just a season, you know? I'll let you elaborate.
Yeah, no matter what you go through, and when we're all experiencing it, because we're all experiencing it, it feels so intense in that moment. It feels unbearable at times. Some days you wake up like, I can't believe I have to go another day doing the same exact thing. But then you take a step back and you're like, this is only temporary. It's just a season, and we have the ability to get through anything. It'll surprise you how much we can get through things
Right.
as humanity. And it's always just a season. Um, at the end of the day, you'll be fine because that's what we're built to. That's what we're built to be. We're built to be fine. We're all gonna get through it. As long as you got some love in your corner, as long as you got some light in your corner, that's all you need.
That's all you need. Listen, and that's perfect leading up to this joint. New normal. A matter of fact, Khalid is here, so I'm gonna let you I've been introducing this record enough myself. So you go ahead and introduce this for our Heat family.
What's up? It's your boy Khalid here, and you're checking out my new single, New Normal.
Yes, we are back here on the Heat. Khalid is holding it down with me all morning long. You know, we got good vibes. We got good energy. We're recentered. I might take up yoga now because of Khalid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it.
let me get my meditation going, man. But you know, we played this record, New Normal, moments ago, and I couldn't just play the record without talking about the video, because it's amazing, visually, and I was just thinking like, wow, this is our new normal. And I'm sure pretty soon we will be having flying drones with deliveries and cars that are driving and dropping us places on it. So I was like, hold on.
Real.
I said, did that just happen? Like, where did you find these? Where did you find, did this really happen in real life? Like,
okay. The thing that was real, see, I gotta give it up to the visual effects team because some of the drones were real, like the bots though, that was real. Now the drones in the air, that wasn't real. That was the visual effects. Hey, technology has gotten crazy because it looked so real. But the autonomous vehicle in the beginning, the Zooks, real. That's real. And when they were running me through that and they're talking, I sit in this car, I'm like, wow, we are really living in the future. Like it can't even be, it's not the future. The future is now. Like it's the present state. Growing up as a kid, I've always been so fascinated in sci-fi and space, science. I love all of it. And so for me, I feel like this was kind of that thing I did for myself. Like, let me just shoot my own movie right now. Let me just
yeah, inner kid. You had to please that inner child. You had to,
inner child. And I had the most amazing experience on set. Shout out to the director Andy Hines. He went crazy. It was such an amazing experience. And like you said, I really pleased that inner child. So I was very grateful that I got to shoot something like that.
Yo, man. And on top of that, it just gets better and better as, you know, I get into this song, and I realized that you debuted this song during a very historical moment. And you mentioned being a lover of science and of space. And you debuted this at the Unity 22, the space flight launch. Like, that's insane, man. What was that moment like for you? Because that's literally history. Like,
that's a memory that I will always look back on. And when I look at my career and I think about all the amazing moments that I've had, that has to be in the top 5 experiences I'll ever have in my life. Being around all those people, the engineers, being around just my friends in that moment, and they're seeing something that they would have never imagined. It's a moment of history. It's a moment of history.
It really is.
And so for me, especially to be a Black artist, to be able to perform at something that will forever be a part of history was so amazing. I'm so appreciative for it. And it's crazy because when I had thought about the treatment and the video for New Normal, that wasn't even into the conversation. So the fact that
it just aligned.
It aligns. The universe will always give you the energy that you give to it. So I'm just speaking all this, I'm manifesting all this, I'm looking at the stars, I'm thinking about space, and then you get that call and it's like, yo, you're gonna perform at the spaceport for Virgin Galactic. I had to take it.
So amazing, man. So amazing. Khalid is here. He got to get out of here soon, but we're going to wrap up in a moment. We got more heat to get into. Just stick around with us, all right? SiriusXM, we are back here. Khalid has been holding it down all morning long. Listen, one more thing I got to talk to you about before you dip, man. Obviously, the album is on the way. Everything is changing. Fans are anticipating this. Is there anything before you leave that you could give us, you know, from this album? What can we look forward to?
I have to say that this is my favorite album that I've ever done so far. Favorite body of work. To me, it's very vulnerable. And although New Normal, it was very contemporary, I'm like, there's some bangers on this album. There are some bangers. Like, there's songs that make me remember Better and like what Better did for me. Like, I listen to some of these songs. It's some of those songs that you listen to at a kickback. You know, you chilling, you vibing. Everybody's energy is on 10. I'm super excited and I'm just ready for people to experience a different side of me as a creative. So that's what
Oh
I'm
my
really
goodness.
excited.
And we cannot wait to experience this body of work. As always, bro, you know, Mikasa Sukasa, you are family here on The Heat. And I'm just so grateful to have had you here this morning, celebrating with us new music and stopping by and blessing us with your presence, you know?
Thank you so much for having me. I love the conversation, love it, and I love The Heat. Shout out to everybody at The Heat. Love y'all. And thank you for hearing me out.
Of course, anytime, anytime.